The government says the UK property market is holding steady. The estate agents say demand is returning. They're both lying to you by omission. Right now, in specific towns and areas across England, homes are sitting completely unsold for months. Buyers have disappeared, sellers are slashing prices and still getting no offers. This is UK Property Update. And today we are naming the exact areas where nobody is buying homes right now in 2026. If you own property in any of these places, stay until the end. This information could save your financial future. Before we name the areas, you need to understand why this is happening. When US and Israeli forces struck Iran in late February, swap rates surged to multi-month highs within days. Banks and building societies withdrew over 1,500 mortgage products in under a fortnight, and two-year fixed rates climbed from around 4.8% to about 5.5%. That single event paralyzed buyer confidence across the entire south of England almost overnight. Buyer demand in March was down 13% year-on-year due to rising mortgage rates and uncertainty. 13% in 1 month, and the worst affected areas are not recovering. They are getting worse. London ranks as the slowest moving property market in the entire country. On average, it now takes 67 days to secure a buyer in the capital, with nearly half of all properties sitting on the market for more than 6 months. London house prices average £660,000, equating to around 16.6 times the typical salary. That gap between earnings and prices is completely unbridgeable for most buyers. Westminster is down 12%, Kensington and Chelsea down 11.2%, and the City of London down 11.2% year-on-year. The capital is not a premium market right now. It is a frozen one. If you thought central London was bad, outer London is quietly in freefall right now. Harrow has the longest sale time in London at 54 days compared to just 33 days a year ago. That is a 65% increase. Southeast London is up 34% to 43 days. East London is up 29% to 36 days. Uxbridge and Bromley are both seeing increases of around 7 days. These are not marginal changes. These are markets grinding to a halt in real time. First-time buyers who were supposed to anchor these markets have been completely priced out by mortgage rates that have no business being this high. The collapse is spreading beyond London into the commuter belt, and it is accelerating fast. Dartford is up 28% to 37 days on market. Slough is up 18% to 46 days on market. In all these markets, sellers need to price carefully. There are fewer buyers able to proceed, and those that can are taking longer to commit. Slough and Dartford were supposed to be the affordable alternatives to London. The places where buyers priced out of the capital could still get a foothold. That story is completely dead. The buyers who were supposed to save these markets never arrived. Moving further out does not solve the problem either. Peterborough is up 26% to 48 days on market. Nearly 7 weeks to find a buyer in a city that was supposed to offer affordable value. In Watford, the average time to sell has crept up to a regional high of 62 days. Higher value hubs like Cambridge and Colchester have seen growth flatten out to near zero as prices hit a ceiling. These were the commuter towns that pandemic buyers flooded into. They paid too much, now they are trying to sell, and the buyers simply are not there anymore. The coastal and southern towns are getting absolutely hammered right now. Every city seeing annual price falls is in southern England. Hastings is down 2.6%. Worthing is down 2%. Bournemouth and Cambridge are down 1.2%. Brighton is down 1.1%. Reading is down 0.1%. Milton Keynes and Portsmouth are at 0 or just below. Sellers in Plymouth and Bournemouth are seeing average sell times stretch past 48 days, often requiring asking price cuts of 12% or more just to secure any interest at all. 12% price cuts, and some of them still are not selling. Here is one that surprises people. It is not just the South. In Lincoln, 40% of homes are sitting on the market for more than 6 months. Sellers in certain postcodes must be prepared to price competitively to encourage any early demand at all. Lincoln is not an overpriced southern city. It is a mid-market East Midlands town. The fact that 4 in 10 homes are sitting completely unsold there tells you this demand problem is spreading north faster than anyone is admitting. When Lincoln stalls, it signals something structural happening across the entire country. Not just a southern problem anymore. Here is something the mainstream headlines are completely ignoring. It is not just about homes failing to sell. It is about sales that appear to be happening, and then silently die. Around 24.3% of agreed UK house sales failed to complete during 2025, with that elevated rate continuing into 2026. Today, failures increasingly happen after legal work has started, surveys are completed, and moving plans are already in motion. 1 in 4 agreed sales collapsing. After surveys, after solicitors, after people have given notice at their rented homes. That is not a functioning market. That is a market that has lost the ability to complete its own transactions. So why have buyers vanished from these areas? The answer is mathematical and brutal. A 2-year fixed mortgage close to 6% is significantly more expensive than the rates many homeowners became used to during recent years. Buyers who could once afford a £300,000 property may now only be able to borrow enough for a home worth £260,000 to £270,000. That is a £30,000 to £40,000 collapse in buying power per person. 41% of sellers have been forced to reduce their asking price. Nearly half of all sellers cutting prices. And still struggling to find buyers willing to commit. While southern England stagnates, the north is telling a completely different story. And this divide is now the single most important dynamic in the entire UK property market. House prices are rising fastest in the northeast at 3.2% year on year, the northwest at 3.1%, and Scotland at 2.6%. Northern Ireland continues to outperform at 6.7%. Every city seeing price increases above 3% is in the north of England. Burnley is up 5.3%, Blackburn up 5.2%, Rochdale up 5%, Liverpool up 4.5%, Barnsley up 4.3%. 2 completely different countries living inside one property market right now. London frozen, Harrow grinding to a halt. Slough abandoned by buyers. Bournemouth requiring 12% price cuts just to move stock. Peterborough sitting unsold for 7 weeks. Lincoln with 4 in 10 homes completely stagnant. And 1 in 4 agreed sales nationally collapsing before completion. This is what the UK property market actually looks like in 2026. Not stabilizing, not recovering. Dividing into 2 completely separate realities. The south falling, the north rising. If you are in the wrong half of that divide right now, the decisions you make in the next 12 months will define your financial position for years. Subscribe to UK Property Update right now. Hit the bell. Share this video. Because your money depends on knowing the truth.